Manga-Waido.
Shinta, add the soup. Yes, boss! My name is Shinta Kusano, and I work at the popular ramen shop Bimyo. It's been 20 years since I started working here right after high school. My connection with Bimyo started when I met the owner, Ryunosuke Furube, back when I was still in high school. My classmate Soji Maruyama and I happened to stop by Bimyo. Bonito, chicken stock, dried sardines, kelp, ginger, and garlic? What? That's incredible! Dude, your taste buds are insane as always. They say taste is genetic, but how can you identify the ingredients one after another like that? My father was a ramen chef, so he trained me. Hey, would you consider working at my shop? I heard later that Ryunosuke was a successful restaurateur who'd made several establishments profitable, but he'd been struggling with his ramen shop. Actually, I'd always admired my father and wanted to become a ramen chef myself, but he died in an accident when I was in middle school. Since then, I'd been just scraping by day to day. Dad used to have those same sparkling eyes, and this soup? It's a bit similar to Dad's. Sure, let me start as a part-timer first. Alright. I learned everything from scratch under Ryunosuke's guidance. His passionate teaching reminded me of my father. After graduating high school, I officially became an employee of Bimyo. Shinta, I'm putting you in charge of improving the soup. You're still a newbie, but you're the super rookie I've been looking for. Yes! After that, I devoted myself to creating soup based on my father's recipe. After about 6 months, I finally perfected a soup I was satisfied with. The combination of perfectly textured noodles and rich, flavorful soup quickly became popular. Before we knew it, we'd expanded to multiple locations. Yeah, delicious as always.
It really is. This is what they mean by addictive flavor.
Thank you very much. And just like that, 20 years have passed since I started working at Bimyo. Welcome! Thanks to Ryunosuke's business acumen, the shop is still thriving. We also developed a reliable right-hand person named Kaede Hojo, who's skilled with numbers and negotiations. We had a solid foundation. Then... Nice to meet you! I'm Takashi Furube. I previously worked at a food company. Ryunosuke's son, Takashi, joined the company. It seems he was called in with the intention of eventually having him take over the company. At my previous job, I promoted the digitization of taste, working on new product development and improving development efficiency. I'd like to eventually incorporate scientific flavor creation at Bimyo as well. What exactly is taste digitization? For example, if you analyze several soup recipes and input the necessary information into AI, it outputs recipes suited to the customer base. He then made a prototype for us. It's a bit rough around the edges, but it's pretty close.
Amazing! To create a flavor approved by a veteran in such a short time?
As the amount of registered data increases, the accuracy will improve.
There's something lonely about having years of carefully honed experience so easily surpassed by a machine.
Honestly, I have mixed feelings too, but we have to accept technological progress. With digitization technology, we should be able to develop the business even further.
You're right. We have to think positively about everything.
Ryunosuke also had high expectations for his son. Eventually, I'll retire too. When that time comes, I want you two, Shinta and Takashi, to work together and keep this shop thriving. Yes! I'll do my best! Ryunosuke valued my years of experience and entrusted me with training Takashi. But that's when things started to go downhill. At first, Takashi was diligent, but The process of making broth seems simple, but there's depth to it. After soaking the kelp and dried sardines together in water for about 10 minutes... Are you listening? I'm listening. How many minutes should you soak the kelp and dried sardines? About, 5 minutes? You weren't listening. If you digitize the procedure, anyone can do it without memorizing it. While digitization is certainly valuable, cooking techniques themselves can only be mastered through repeated practice. You're so old school. That kind of thinking will leave you behind. I know. Let's digitize the secret soup recipe too. Why don't you teach me how to make it right now? What? You haven't even mastered the basics yet! No way! There's an order to things, you know! Huh? Are you scared? If I can easily recreate your secret soup that took you years to develop using science, you'd lose your standing, wouldn't you? What? Ah, you're hesitating? Did I hit the nail on the head? This guy!
Hold on, both of you!
Fortunately, Kaede intervened and the situation was settled. But this didn't bode well for the future. And my premonition came true. The next day, I discovered something outrageous in the kitchen. Takashi, what's this camera doing here? Ah, you found it? I thought recording the process would be faster. What do you think people's work is? If you really want to know the soup recipe, you should first put in the effort to earn my approval.
I agree with Shinta. I almost gave up many times during the boss's training in the past, but the knowledge I gained by persevering is what helps me now.
But what if something happened to you tomorrow, like a car accident? The secret soup is precious to the shop, so we should digitize it as quickly as possible so anyone can make it. A car accident? Memories of my late father flashed through my mind. Besides, with times constantly changing, employing such a stubborn person is detrimental to the shop. An old relic like you should quit right now!
Hey, that's way too far!
Fine. I'll quit right now!
What?
I packed my things and left the shop. After hearing about the situation from Kaede, Ryunosuke rushed from the headquarters to Bimyo. Shinta not only created the secret soup, but also trained the next generation and greatly contributed to our expansion. It's thanks to his guidance that we've maintained our quality. But... no matter what achievements you had at your previous job, do you think someone who just joined can treat him dismissively?
The other staff members are saying they'll all quit if Shinta quits.
Eventually, that same day, Ryunosuke and Takashi came to my home. Shinta, I'm sorry. Our shop needs you. Please come back. I was wrong. I'm sorry for being arrogant. Please. Surprisingly, he's apologizing honestly. I guess I was being childish too. I understand. I also apologize for losing my temper. And with that, the situation was resolved. After that, Takashi became remarkably diligent. He listened well to what I had to say and learned the basics in no time. He's so dedicated. He really has changed.
I'm glad.
And 3 years later, I'm going to challenge global expansion with Yakitori Otori, the yakitori restaurant I made successful after Bimyo. I'm gonna leave domestic operations to Takashi, who's good with numbers. Everyone, I look forward to working with you. Yes! Yes! Yeah, Takashi has really grown up. However, about 6 months after Takashi became president, he suddenly said this. From now on, we'll have AI analyze what flavors customers are likely to enjoy and center our menu around those results. But our customers are accustomed to certain flavors. Since the previous president left us great noodles and the secret soup, wouldn't it be better to keep AI menu items as a side offering? We'll incorporate the past menu items into the data as proven successes and utilize them. But I've had enough lectures from old geezers. I don't need the taste of some living fossil like you. What? I appreciate you teaching me the knowledge necessary for cooking, but from now on, data will fill in everything. I have no further use for you. These 3 years, it was all an act. I can't go along with this anymore. I feel bad for the former president, but I'm a craftsman chef. I understand I'm no longer needed. Thank you for everything up until now. After bowing and leaving the president's office, I headed straight to the kitchen and disposed of all the secret soup. What are you doing? Isn't it obvious? An individual can't just dispose of shop property! This soup is a flavor I inherited from my late father, and it doesn't belong to this company. The president knows this. It's clearly stated in the contract. That's ridiculous! That's right. Bimyo's flavor was based on improvements to my father's recipe. I was working at Bimyo under the contract which stated that if I left the shop and there was no successor I approved of, I had the right to dispose of everything related to the soup. What are you panicking about? Isn't it fine? Haven't you already done enough data analysis of the secret soup? Of course! Now you're truly unnecessary! So get out! Yes, I wish you the best for your future development. After that, Takashi immediately launched a new menu based on data. At first, many people visited, attracted by the novelty, but repeated customers didn't increase. It has impact, but once is enough for me.
I agree. I find myself wanting to go back to that old flavor.
Damn! But then he immediately tried to revive my secret soup based on data. But something's different.
It's tasty, but it's like instant ramen trying to imitate the old flavor.
What? Social media posts say the taste has declined too. It matches the data, so why? Bimyo's sales plummeted rapidly. Meanwhile, I decided to open a new shop with the staff who quit with me. I really wanted Kaede to come with us too, but
Part of me wants to follow you, but I really want to perfect my own path.
I see. I understand. I'll respect your decision. Let's both do our best.
Yes.
I decided to develop a soup from scratch from my new shop, Moritaka. At Bimyo, I had to think about recipes that anyone could make once trained, so it was hard to try distinctive flavors. Now that I have freedom, let's try everything! Finally, a new soup was complete. It became popular mainly among younger generations, and the shop's sales steadily increased. That old man's shop is doing well? We're in dire straits here! We need to launch something with impact too! We're already overwhelmed just running the shop with our understaffing. What about a soup with lots of chili peppers for a spicy kick? I'm not counting on any ideas from you people! Just make it according to the data! What the hell? I thought about this despite being busy. He's always taking it out on us. On my side, although we became popular, at a certain point, sales plateaued. Honestly, what do you think of our flavor? There's no doubt it's delicious, but
Don't you think the noodles don't quite match?
I see. The noodles. There definitely seems to be room for improvement. After that, I visited various noodle factories, but couldn't find anything better. But then... Thank you for calling. This is Moritaka.
Shinta? It's Kaede! I heard you're looking for the ideal noodles.
Incredibly, Kaede had changed jobs to a noodle manufacturing company to perfect the art of noodle making.
Would you like to create original noodles at our factory? I'll definitely make noodles that meet your requirements.
Please do! Through many discussions with Kaede, I was able to get noodles exactly as I hoped for at a reasonable price. Delicious! Perfect!
Shinta's shop is definitely the best.
Thank goodness. Then one day, Takashi showed up at my shop. Not only did you steal my customers, you stole my staff too! Customers and staff all came here of their own free will. Liar! Data can't be wrong! You must have used underhanded tactics!
How pathetic. You only looked at data and didn't value your staff. This is what you deserve. Exactly. That's why you can't stop losing customers.
What did you say? Besides, customers are free to go wherever they want, right? Simply put, Shinta's ramen tastes better than data ramen. Did you ask even the customers to badmouth me? I recreated the secret soup according to the data, but people say it's different from before. Did you deliberately teach me the wrong recipe? Don't insult craftsman chefs. I would never do that. No matter how detailed your data is, it can't capture things like heat control or subtle differences in simmering time. Making fine adjustments while perfecting the flavor is the skill of a first-class craftsman chef. The path of a craftsman isn't so easy that data alone can handle it. But the data! Excuse me. Boss? Dad? Why are you here? I heard from Shinta that he was opening a new shop. I'm here belatedly to celebrate the opening. After I left Bimyo, I immediately called Ryunosuke to explain what happened. Ryunosuke gave me a heartfelt apology and supported my future endeavors. I really had high expectations for you, Takashi. After you had that conflict with Shinta in the past, I thought you'd properly reflected and grown into a man I could entrust the company to. But it was all an act, right? No! I just believed in my data, so help me! At this rate, the shop you built will go under! I'll forgive the first failure, but there won't be a second. As president of Bimyo, you need to take responsibility for your own failures. No way! After that, all Bimyo locations closed down. Takashi became infamous as a man who looked down on craftsman chefs, and no shop would hire him. Even at his former company, word of his bad reputation had spread, and when Takashi sought re-employment, he was coldly dismissed. Eventually, Takashi ran out of money and had to sell his house. After wandering the streets, he finally ate and ran from a ramen shop and was taken in by the police. Where did I go wrong? I hope someday he realizes his mistakes and gets back on his feet. Meanwhile, my shop continued to thrive. Having young computer-savvy employees handle AI-based market analysis might have been a good move. Ryunosuke, who made the yakitori restaurant hugely successful, also occasionally returns to Japan to visit the shop and give us candid advice. And as for Kaede, we'd built a relationship as good business partners. But... Congratulations! Who would have thought your ramen tours would lead to marriage? Thanks for coming!
Well, you two are next.
For sure, Shinta, Kaede. Actually, I've liked Kaede for a long time, and I had a feeling she liked me too, but we'd worked together for so long that we just couldn't take that step. Kaede, how about we go out to dinner sometime?
No way.
What?
If we have dinner, we'll just end up talking about work. This is embarrassing at our age, but how about someplace like Mouseland instead?
Yes! Mouseland! Alright!
Congratulations!
Not only the attendees, but even the bride and groom were congratulating us. and I found myself in a strange but wonderful mood.